Take the bag, King Walker.
To YouTube, we are back for the review of Loki, Season 2, Episode 5. Last week, we regretted not making it on that Thursday, so we said we were gonna do it this time, same day. J-Max scared me in the beginning, because this motherfucker talking about some, bro, they dropped both episodes, and I'm like, they dropped both episodes? I ain't got no time for all that. Like, we gotta watch Invincible and shit, and it just ended up being he was on the wrong season. So that was
I
kind of
fucked
funny.
up. That was dumb. I sent the guys a screenshot. Oh, I got all 6 episodes. They fucked up. I gotta watch it.
It's like, yo, this nigga had Disney, bro. We're going
Jet was like,
jail.
I only got 5. Oh, I got 6, man. I'm about to go watch it. I said, oh shit. But nah, my dumb ass was on season 1. So, no, yeah, I was stressing that too. I was like, damn, we got 2 of these and 1 Invincible. Like, oh my god. But nah, hey. Sheesh. Let's get into the review, man. Let's do it as we usually do. Off rip. What's the ratings? We'll let Codes go last on this one. I'll go first. Oh, you want to go first?
Nah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm at a 10, man. I'm at a 10. Edge of your seat. A lot of dialogue again, but let me tell you something. That dialogue was very interesting. I had some theories and shit going into it while I was, watching it. So another great episode, another phenomenal episode, another Obi stealer for me. Yeah, so I'm at a 10. Jet?
8.
Ooh. In my head, I was like, one of y'all gonna go low. There's no way. That's crazy. I'm at a 9. That's
8, 9,
crazy.
10. I should have gone like 13 or something to keep that 30 going.
Yeah.
Well, there you guys go. If you guys haven't seen the episode, you guys got our ratings. If you'd like to stick around and see why we gave it the ratings we gave it, then go ahead and hit that like button. If you guys hear anything from Codes, as usual, comment down below. Something crazy. But yeah, there you go. Warning now. Spoiler warning. We're going to go ahead and get into the episode as of right now. All right. Who wants to go first? I mean, Jet's at an 8.
Yeah, get that 8 out the way. Let's
Let's
see what's going
see.
on with that.
Just super heavy dialogue, man. I just kept looking at the fucking clock, not gonna lie. I was bored a little bit. So, I mean, it's nothing crazy, but just compared to the other episodes, I mean, I don't see the 10, to be honest. Like, I don't. You can, like, obviously you're gonna explain it, but I don't know where. Compared to the other ones, I don't see it.
And that took it down 2 points.
I mean, if I'm bored, I'm bored. I mean, I don't know what the fuck.
Okay, Codes, what did you take a point off for?
I love the episode. I took the point away because I didn't like, and this is just personal, I just didn't like the fact that the episode kind of felt like a long ass filler. Like that could have been done in like 10 to 30, not 10 to 30, 10 to 15 minutes.
And that's a 9? A long ass filler is a 9?
But it was good as fuck. Like that's my point.
Good as
it, like
fuck,
because
huh?
cause you think about it from like how the ending happened, like so the whole episode was just him learning how to control it. So in my head I'm like,
was it?
Yeah, the ultimate goal was for him to control.
No, it wasn't.
That was the goal.
Be honest. No,
that was the goal, but that was not the point of the episode at all up until the very end. Let me go why I gave it a 10. Yeah, it was very dialogue heavy, the most dialogue heavy we've had of all the episodes. But I was entertained. I wasn't bored the entire time. I'll give you a little bit at the beginning. All right, where are we going with this? What's going on? But then as I started to piece together, he started to piece together, and you started to realize where he was ending up. I was like, oh, this motherfucker is ending up in the spots of the people, the members of the TVA. I thought that was cool. I was like, oh, this is his power all along. He's able to go into the specific moments in time. And I like seeing where these people came from, because that was always the big question. Where are these people coming from? How did they even get to the TVA? What point in time did they get pulled from? And we got to see that. Another fan favorite, maybe it's a fan favorite. I don't know. Maybe it's just one of my favorites, but we got to see Mobius on the jet ski again. Always talking about the jet ski. I can't get back so I can see a jet ski. He was on the jet ski, so I thought that was pretty cool. We didn't get much of, I forget her name. I always forget her designation.
15.
Is it B15? She was a
Miss Willis? Dr. Willis.
Dr. Willis. She's a doctor in this one. They didn't really do too much with that. They kind of just gave her a little scene with the patient, and that was pretty much it. So, okay. but I thought Mobius was good. The dude, I don't even know his designation either.
Alcatraz?
But in Alcatraz, he's in Alcatraz. He's a prisoner. Like, damn, what the hell? What was up with that? And he's escaping Alcatraz. I thought that was
trying to
pretty
rob
cool.
banks. That man,
He's got that thief mentality. Yeah, he don't. He's stealing everything from tables and shit. So I thought that was cool too. Obviously Obi, where Obi's I think was the steal.
Yes, man.
Yeah, he was a
Obi's
writer.
Obi.
He's trying to sell his books and stuff. He's putting his books in the bookstore himself, trying to get them sold.
He said, "You a writer? Oh man.
Yeah,
I got a PhD on the side.
Yeah.
I gotta get that line. That line was crazy, man.
No, yeah, Obi's. I like seeing Obi's stuff with it too. Who else? Sylvie. We already knew who Sylvie was. She was at McDonald's, so I mean that was nothing crazy there. Was that it? Was that all of them? Think so, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think yeah. So
We don't miss anybody.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I get that it was dialogue heavy, but I enjoyed every second of it.
Yes.
The mystery of where they came from, like I said, was cool for me. I thought, and where I think I'm probably wrong, but could he have possibly created the TVA himself, pulling these people from where they're supposed to be, and then he starts filling in more and more of the TVA? Could he be the ultimate person that created the TVA?
Like in the past or right now?
No, well, in the past. I mean, because you know how time
No.
just cycles. You don't think you still think it was He Who Remains? That's just a little theory that I thought was coming up. Like he's the one actually putting the TVA together, not He Who Remains.
I want to say with the whole fact of like Sylvie making him realize that it's not him wanting to save the world, but him wanting to be with his friends and have a purpose with his people. I think that changes everything. He's not caring about rebuilding the TVA.
Well, that's the whole point, rebuilding the TVA, because all his friends are from the TVA.
No, yeah, but like as far as like him doing that right now, like no, I think he's just gonna keep resetting until they fix it.
Oh,
Y'all-
okay.
Y'all
I get
saw
what
the
you're saying.
mid-season trailer, right?
Nah, I'm not gonna. Nah.
Then never mind.
Dumb.
You saw it.
Let's not talk about that. Why are you guys releasing a mid-season trailer? There's no reason
That
for
shit
a
was
mid-season trailer where everybody's watching is already watching it.
Who the
Leave
fuck-
us in suspense.
I've
Leave
never
us in
heard of
mystery.
some shit like that, bro. Mid-season trailer.
I saw
is
a comment
crazy.
and they said that they've always been doing that.
Unless we
I gotta
missed
go
it in
look
season
into
one,
it.
but I didn't see that. That's crazy to me. The way they left it on a cliffhanger. Oh, here's a trailer of what's coming. What do you mean? What's coming? Let us watch it. So that's a whole nother conversation on its own. But
I wanted to jump into what y'all were talking about. That was, or Justin mainly. That's not the point of the episode.
No, I didn't
Oh,
say
go
that
ahead.
wasn't the point. That's not what I said. But like him learning it, like it just kind of fucking happened. Like he just kind of did it.
Mhm.
No, I
Like
understand.
where there wasn't no practice. Like this nigga was just the whole time just the whole fucking episode, and then
I
at the
know.
end he was just able to do it.
And I'm saying most of the stuff that's in between is just us seeing everybody's lives. Besides that, it's him literally time slipping the rest of the episode. So you can't, like, what else is it besides him learning how to time slip correctly?
But I mean, like I said, that wasn't my argument. It's just that he just kind of did it at the end. It wasn't like him like the whole episode kind of getting a grasp of it. He just fucking did it.
No, yeah, I know. I just meant in terms of like the whole episode really could have been thrown away because it was all this stuff was happening for him to have an idea of what's going on with his time slipping when Obi's talking to
Yeah.
him, and
I
that's
get
what
that
brings
point.
it together. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. The whole episode really didn't need to be there. It could have been done in 10 to 15 minutes on something like, but they didn't really give us nothing else like Loki season wise. Like it was just that. That's what I was saying.
It was that ability and him realizing, Obi helping him to realize you're meant to be in these situations. Like you're meant to see all these people and you're putting yourself there. It's not just random.
Is it
You're
science or
putting your-
fiction?
Yeah, bro. Like I said,
It was
Obi-
fiction.
Obi was on another level. That dude's G.
Bro,
He built his
Obi,
own.
man.
He built his own. What is it? Pad. He built his
Yeah,
own
he said,
pad.
how'd you do it so fast?
That
Oh,
part
it only
was
took me
cool.
18
Yeah.
months, 19 months. Oh,
Yeah,
man, bro.
He did his own pad off his
He
own
said,
notes.
my wife left me. I said, bro, what? This is Obi, bro. He's still Obi.
I was gonna say, but no, I guess not. I was gonna say Obi built a temp pad. A temp pad with shit in his garage.
In his garage.
In his garage, He Who Remains, or not He Who Remains, Timely, couldn't build like a loom and all that shit. Now maybe it's because of the technology at the time. So okay, I can get that. That was where I was going with that. But I can. Yeah. But yeah, Obi again for me was just phenomenal. He had some funny lines in there too, again, as he always does. Hey, what was it? He's talking to Loki. He's like, okay, you got to get everybody together, and then we could read the aura, and we could do it. And he's like, all right, so I'm just gonna get everybody. We're gonna be here, and then we can just go back to fix the TVA, right? No. So I was like, Obi away is awesome. But yeah, I get that point. Like throughout the episode, he's kind of realizing the time slipping and that stuff. And at the end, to your point, where you're like, he just kind of did it. It was, to me, as like a sink or swim type of thing. You know, it's either do it now or just die. Because I mean, what else was gonna happen?
It was the fiction thing. He started thinking and just locked in on it, and he figured it out.
Yeah. Let's talk about that ending, man. Because just like the great blip of 2018. We got like just existence just fleeting, bro. Like it was crazy. Just everything turning to strings and just getting disappear. Man, bro, that was crazy. That was a cool scene to see. That was crazy to see. And he kind of just realized it right there in that moment. And he kind of went back to where he's sitting on the bench. Sylvie shows up, and that's where he's like, "Yeah, you know what? I can fix it." And then he ends and goes back to the moment in time of the loom when he's there, and it ended. Yeah, that was crazy.
That when he went there, like to the bench sitting down, that was so cold. It's just like that moment when he's like, "I got it," and he turns back to, "I got it. Like I know how to do it now." Like, oh man, it felt so good watching that happen. Another cool scene I wanted to bring up too was that was an amazing shot. Was when Sylvie was in the record store. That shot of her listening. Oh my god!
Yeah, she's just chilling.
And then you see I thought I could have sworn I saw a person walk in. I thought he went invisible at first, but no, that man.
He was the first one to disappear.
Yeah, I thought it was like some villainous. Like that was crazy.
No, walking into that thing, and because it was a zoomed out shot, I was like, Donald Glover, but no, it wasn't Donald Glover. It wasn't Donald
I
Glover.
thought it was Victor Timely on some stuff, but nah.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that was a cool shot. And then he's like, "Oh, Sylvie!" He starts running towards her to try to warn her and shit. And she's like, "All right, I'm out." Because that bar scene was such a good scene for me too, because it was Loki. And this is where I don't think Loki's coming back to the MCU. And I guess stay tuned for the pod for news, because if you guys haven't seen MCU news, shit went down yesterday, and we're gonna discuss it on our next episode of the pod. But this is where I don't think he's gonna go into the MCU, because he talked about how having his friends and he doesn't want to be alone. I thought they were gonna get to the point where he wanted to save his family, get back to his family. No, he said friends.
Yeah, he doesn't.
So I think he feels like he has a purpose in the TVA, just like Mobius, and this is where he's meant to be, and this is where he wants to kind of make up for the sins of the past. So I don't think he's going back to the MCU. I think he's staying right there at the TVA, and this is what he's meant to do, and he's going to do what he's got to do there.
My problem with that is Loki has seen their lives apart from the TVA. And now that he's had that talk with Sylvie and he knows what he wants is just to have his friends, he's going to like become a better person. And with that, he's going to like, it's going to end probably with Mobius. He's going to show Mobius like you have a life with family and stuff like that. Like he's going to tell him about it, and Mobius is probably going to make the decision to go live with his kids.
I don't think so. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think he's going to just be like, no, I think they'll be fine. If I ever need to come back, bring me back right here. But I think what we're doing at the TVA is what I'm meant to be doing. Key lime pie, man. All the key lime pie he wants, Codes. But nah, yeah, there was a good episode. I get your points. It was a slower paced episode, a lot of dialogue heavy, but to me, it was still great dialogue, great pieces.
And I'm not saying you guys are saying this, but just to like harp on the point, I guess. An 8 isn't bad. And I just kind of feel like going into the season finale, I feel like I was more hyped about the end of episode 4 than I was the end of this episode. Like I kind of like, but that's not good. Like this is the last episode.
Okay, I get what you mean by that's not good, but in episode 4 was crazy. Like Victor Timely died. Like come on, bro. It's kind of hard to top that in the next episode when you got another one after that. Come on.
Whose fucking fault is that? That's not my fault.
I'm not saying that, but like there's another episode. How is in episode 5 gonna be in episode 4 when episode 4 ended like that?
But
like, come on.
That's there. But why is that on me? Like I'm just sitting here watching it.
I get that, but what you wanted episode 4 to be then episode 5? Like it couldn't happen.
I'm saying that they wrote the show like that. Like the cliffhanger for going into the season finale should not be worse than the episode before that. Like, that just doesn't make sense.
That bar was too high, man. Like, come on.
The bar was too high.
They killed Victor Timely. We are confused.
But bro, like this is, and J-Mac has said this all the time, like, this is fucking Loki, and they're essentially doing their own thing away from the MCU. So do whatever the fuck you want. Bring in another Kang. Who fucking cares? Like, just do something. Like,
I agree, but there was no problem with anything. The ending was good still, but it was still good.
But it wasn't better than the last one. Like, I'm gonna watch the season finale, obviously, but I'm just like, it's just kind of like,
nah.
So he's gonna go fix it, and then what?
I can't rock with you on that one.
I mean,
you already kind of agree with me, so I got what I need.
I can't. Nah, see,
you said it was worse. You already did it.
You said because that bar is too high. Like, you're really just being nitpicky right now. Like, that bar is too high. You're making that You're making a point
of a rating.
You're making a point about the previous episode's ending, which is the best ending in all the episodes so far.
Motherfucker, I could see if this was episode 2 going into 3. This is the season finale. What are we doing?
Oh my God.
We're not gonna get no more Loki for another year and a half.
It wasn't bad. You're making
that
wasn't
great.
Yeah, like it was bad.
Okay, but an 8 that's my point. That's why I said that in the beginning of what I said. An 8 is not why. Like, you're acting like I said the episode was mid,
you brought up the ending against the episode 4 ending like that was something that's supposed to mean something. Like, what?
I get Jet's point, but in other seasons of other shows, we did it with Ahsoka. Their best episode was 4 or 5. I can't remember that episode. There's just certain episodes in a season.
I'm not talking about the episode though. I'm just talking about the end of the episode.
Oh, you're just talking about the cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And that bar was too high, man. Out of everything we saw,
so maybe they should have put it for episode 5, and then this should
have been. That's
something
they could have done. That's something they could have done. They could have flipped these a little bit and kind of show, maybe not, maybe done it a little different. His training on exactly the time slipping and how he's going to control it, and then well, we don't need it, so maybe we could just fix the loom.
That's the thing.
And then they need it.
They thought they fixed them. And then episode 4 had to happen for us to understand that. But Justin wants to be like, get the fuck out of here.
Y'all like you hear an 8 and you're just like, man.
I'm not even mad at the
episode.
8.
Like, it's just like, bro,
it ain't even like that.
That's what it sounds like, bro.
Wait. So Cody, I think it was episode 2 you gave an 8 to. This is better than episode 2?
No.
This episode?
No,
but you gave this one a 9.
So
I
told y'all I was agreeing with y'all in episode 2, and I said I went up to a 9.
You did say, he did say go up to a 9. Yeah, okay. All right, I just had to throw that out there. Okay, all right. Any other final thoughts before we head out?
You've given every episode a 10 except for one of them, right?
I think it was 2. I think 2 was 9. I think
so. At least like 9. Like, I ain't gonna be mad at you because the consistency is there, but I just kind of feel like there was some good moments, like Cody talked about the record store, and I brought up Obi before this show even came out, so like he hits for me every time. But I just kind of feel like this episode just. Like, it was fine. It wasn't crazy.
To me, I really like the dialogue. That's why I really like that. I like seeing his ability, and he was meant to be in these places. It's not random. He's going to these places for a reason. I like seeing them being pulled from their timelines, where they came from. So to me, I liked all of that. Like, I can get how maybe you thought it was a little boring and we didn't really need to see all that. And Cody has a point. We didn't have to do a whole 45-minute on that. We could have done maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes on it, half the episode on him doing all that. But then, would that ruin the pace? What could they have done? I don't know.
That's what we got to... Episode 6 is going to tell us if it's enough or not.
Yeah, for sure.
One thing I did want to say, though, before we keep going, and I don't know if anybody else felt like this, but as watching Loki, I never really got that feeling like I'm watching the character's Loki's journey. I feel like I just been watching a TVA story. This episode felt like Loki, because he was alone for so long, and that's why I liked it that much more. Because I was like, dang, I forgot. I'm watching Loki, not like...
This season has been a lot of people like stealing that spotlight from Loki. It's been a lot. So, yeah, I see that point, too. I can see that for sure. But
he was really good in this episode. I will say that.
Yeah. Yeah, like he had to carry this episode.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew we already know what he could do, and obviously when he needs to do it,
It
he
had
can
to
do it.
happen eventually, huh?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just-
Yeah, everybody, this star-studded cast of, like I said, even episode 2 of X5, bro, even him having that prison scene and he did good. So I think he was just surrounded by talented people and then just acting their asses off because, yeah.
So theories for the last episode.
I mean, there's a little bit you get from that trailer, so I'm just gonna leave y'all to it.
Yeah. I think we're cutting dry here. I think he goes back in time to the moment before Victor runs out and he's like, "Whoa, that's not going to work. Maybe we can do something different." They figure out a way. They save the loom, and I'm hoping we get a cliffhanger with maybe the Council of Kings or maybe some other type of big bad villain for season 3. But I think it's just cut and dry. I think this is going to be a predictable watch.
Yeah.
I
got a question at the end of this. That's why.
So I'm gonna give a theory, and it's obviously a long shot, but I'm going to predict that some way, somehow, he who remains shows his face, and he's like, "I told y'all niggas I was gonna come back, or I was gonna see you soon." Because honestly, that shit would be incredible. And I saw a graphic on Twitter, and somebody was saying how Kang is 0 for 3, and I actually forgot what the third one is. It might be just him losing in Loki as Victor Timely, and I said this on the pod. Ever since this motherfucker came into the MCU, he's been taking nothing but L's, which is okay in a vacuum because Kang does lose and just comes back, and I've said that before, but at some point in time, like, if you're gonna be the next big bad of the MCU, man, like you gotta start catching some W's somewhere. Like even before Thanos became like that guy in Infinity War, like he was taking small W's throughout like the timeline. It's just like Kang has just came and has been like fucking just L's, bro. Like and it's worse because one of them L's came to Ant-Man. Fucking Ant-Man.
Not even Ant-Man. Well, I mean Ant-Man, but ants. He got trampled by ants.
So. Well, what Justin just said just brought the second 2 questions, so I'm gonna start with that one. So, with everything we've seen with Kang, y'all don't think that Kang himself is the big bad, but more so that the Council of Kings is the big bad. So, like this whole L thing could really just be thrown out the window completely because at the end of the day, it's not just one Kang we're worried about. It's it's them as a whole, just Kang in general, just having a person that's trying to take over time.
No, I do, because with them naming it the Kang Dynasty, obviously when you hear the word dynasty, it's something that like spans over time.
Mm-hmm.
So it would stand to reason that it is like, you know, the Council of Kings, which again I think is fine. But it's just kind of the way that they built up He Who Remains and just these variants of Kang. It just kind of sucks to see him like lose like that and who he's losing to. But yeah, I could definitely see that.
Second question. Now that you guys have had your theories, how would you feel if the episode 6 as a whole was just underwhelming? It was just plain and simple. They fixed it. He just kept going back in time. He fixed it, and then they left you with a cliffhanger, just some random like Kang cliffhanger.
That's my theory right there. That's the way I think it's gonna end. So I mean, it would obviously suck, I think, because they could have done it a little bit better. But if they just do the cut and dry thing, like I'm predicting they're gonna do, then that's a little unfortunate. That's a little unfortunate.
Damn.
Because I also want to add on to it too, like season 3 is confirmed, right?
No, season 3 is not confirmed.
Well, so it's been in talks though.
I'm assuming, yeah.
How would you even continue if they're already basically at the end of their story?
Council of Kings shows up, or they realize that these guys are closer, then that's the only way that we can get to the King Dynasty, right? That they have to start dealing with little stuff like that. And I think we mentioned this in the past too, where the Avengers actually call up Loki, or he finds a way to get to the Avengers so that, hey, I need to warn you guys about this guy, and let me tell you what I've been going through. So, and like I said, stay tuned to the pod, man, because stuff's coming out that I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen with all this.
The problem with these shows is that, and I guess it's not necessarily a bad thing, but they they do these shows and you're not getting your uh A-listers in these shows unless it's specifically their show. Like, it's not gonna be like Loki's gonna go back in time and see the fucking Avengers because they're not doing these fucking shows. So, like, he might go back in time and see them from a clip they've already filmed from a movie, but there's not gonna be no new interactions. So it's just kind of like anything that they do, it's just kind of like, yeah, it could be tied to like the MCU as far as the movies go, but these TV shows, like just the more we get into it, I think J Mac's right, man. I just think it's just their own thing because none of the people are in these shows, so they kind of have to do their own thing, and so I it being a MCU Disney Plus show. The damn cliche is exactly what you and J Mac just said. Like they're gonna fix what they need to fix, and there's gonna be some kind of Kang cliffhanger at the end, and we're gonna wait for season 3, and it's gonna have nothing to fucking do with the Kang dynasty, and that's gonna suck. I hope we're wrong, but that's what it's kind of shaping up to be.
Side question. What does Loki keep his powers? His new powers, yes. His controlled time slipping.
So this time slipping shit, right? He can go anywhere. Like,
he can go anywhere and anytime. He just has to think of a person.
This nigga's God for real, huh?
Yes, he said that quote last episode.
Yeah, he can fix Secret Invasion chick, Game of Thrones chick, and not give her all those powers. What's her name? Emilia Clarke's character.
Yeah, he could do literally anything right now.
This is not gonna happen. But Jay, like, I know you saw, and we're gonna talk about it on the pod, obviously, but I know you saw in that Variety article, or that somebody talked about it, that these motherfuckers are talking about bringing back the fucking Avengers.
Yeah, yeah, they're in crisis mode. They're in crisis mode.
This is not gonna happen. I'm telling you right now, this is not gonna happen. But what if Loki is the key to all of that bullshit that they're planning right now? That would be some shit. Because I mean, why not? If you're gonna give him God powers, why would he not be the key to it?
So does it end with him going back to like early MCU and he just rewrites it, basically starts over?
What I was getting from that being, I guess, broken, that news being broken, was they're going to explain it because it's a multiversal thing. They're just going to pull Robert Downey from a different universe, and he's Iron Man here now.
That's too simple.
That's I think.
Loki's God
like I said,
now.
The MCU and Kevin Feige, and
I heard Revive, though.
You heard Revive? I saw.
Yeah,
that's the way I saw.
Revive.
Well, like I said, we'll get into it in the pod, but that's what I saw, is that they're going to just pull him from a different timeline. But like I said, Kevin Feige and these people at the top, the movies and the shows, they're not talking to each other. They're throwing the money, make me money, and that's it. So it's like I don't know. Unless they decide to finally like start knitting everything together, then maybe. But I think it's a little too late for that. I think that's why they're gonna do their soft reboots. That's why they're thinking about bringing people back. And I hope, yeah, Loki is the key, and he can bring them back, and he changes shit.
That would be fucking
He did say, I can write the story now, or that's how the line went at the end.
Something like that. Yeah.
When he was talking to Sylvie.
Yeah, if they're gonna do that, we're gonna talk about it on the pod again, but I don't think they should bring back anyone that's dead. That's fucking stupid. But if that's what your plan is, you might as well bring back the best thing you have going, and it's fucking Loki. It's the best thing they have going.
Does he go before Infinite Warfare or Infinity War? I say Infinite Warfare. Infinity War.
What do you mean? He goes before,
like right before, basically, like Thanos gets the last stones and all that. Because that's the biggest part right there. Before that, everybody's alive.
You can't do that though. Like, then that would defeat the whole purpose of the Infinity Saga. There's no Infinity Saga.
I mean, reviving them does that regardless. I mean, you bring back Black Widow and Iron Man. You do that regardless.
No, because then they're just coming back from the dead, but everything that happened as far as like the 5 years passing, half the population getting wiped out, them dealing with all that's fine, and they're just bringing them back at this moment in time. Okay,
But
that's fine.
Both sacrifices though.
Think about it though. He goes back, he's seeing the stones like they're just paperweights. He doesn't even care anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. And like I said, we could do all this theory crafting, and we could probably do a better job than what they're gonna give us, man. But I hope it's something cool, and I hope it's done right and done well.
Somebody's gonna put in the comment, this is why you guys don't write the stories.
Hey, maybe we should, bro. Because stay tuned to the pod, because they're not writing the stories right. They're not. They're in crisis mode right now. They're in crash and burn mode right now.
But you just gave it a 8, a 9, a 10.
But anyways, we appreciate you guys watching this one. Stay tuned for the season finale next week on Thursday. Hopefully they wrap it up in a satisfying way. I think so. I hope so, because everything so far for me has still been good. So I just hope for that satisfying ending. But in any case, we appreciate you guys watching this one, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.